You still maintain your characteristics as a leader, but you relate to those that you purport to lead. You bridge the divide between self and other selves, between me and community, between person and people. You make those distinctions. That way, you will not become an element in the crucible. You still remain a catalyst.
Before you can lead, you must learn how to follow. Yeah. Because you are not a leader all the time. At another level, you are part of another team that's led by somebody else.
But it can't be forever. It's better to negotiate before you lose power.
Integrity from a leadership perspective is totally indispensable, because unless that is embedded, you then fail to control how everything else basically evolves.
Hard work, commitment and passion are fundamental. So if you've got clarity of purpose, you've got to know that to meet that purpose, you've got to sacrifice, you've got to work hard.
There are no easy decisions. If the decisions were easy, you did not need leaders to take decisions. We could all take our own decisions and do anything we like. Even sheep need a shepherd. There are no easy decisions for leadership. They are all complex, but they all have consequences. So our choices as leaders have consequences. We must stand and take responsibility for the consequences of the choices and the decisions that we make.
Make sure that you work yourself out of the job from day one. Make yourself out of the job, so that you open up space for some other people to come in. Otherwise, you're going to start hogging and hoarding things, and you'll destroy the organization. And that is why we can never build institutions, because you think that the institution is you. You are just a passing phase. You do your time, you do your shift, and you move on.
And then, of course, leaders also bring new people into their immediate team and into the organization they are charged with leading. It would be very strange if they didn't bring new people in. And I think a team is like a dam. Water has got to flow out and water has got to flow in for the dam to remain vital.
This is a very big part I've felt for leadership, is that when people see that you do stuff on purpose and you do it with conviction, they also buy into what you do.
Intuition is that thing that tells you that something is right, even though you don't have the evidence to prove it. And then you've got to have some courage. You can't go in if you're afraid. If you're afraid of failure, you'll never be an entrepreneur, because there's just too many risks, too many dangers, and if you're afraid to fail, you're going to struggle.
So I can now give back. And I learned a lesson from a friend in India who retired about the same time as I did. And I said, Nagesh, what are you going to do? He said, Simon, I spent roughly the first 30 years of my life learning. I spent the second 30 years earning. And the last 30 years, I'm going to do a lot of returning.
Being thoughtful about the impact that you will have beyond your tenure, beyond the time that you are there. Because that's the ultimate marker of leadership. How will this place be like, feel like, look like when I'm gone? All right. And actually, how do I manage it, contribute to it in such a way that when I'm gone, it's actually a lot better than when I was here.
Our entrepreneurs are in all industries. So we don't tell you what you ought to be doing. You tell us what you are going to be doing, because ultimately you are the one that has to produce the results. You are the one that needs to make sure that you're driving your targets. You're growing your business, you're employing your people, you are doing all the right things. And one of the things that is important for us is that we make sure that all our entrepreneurs are very much in tune and complying with all the regulatory requirements.
And so the journey has had many, many lessons for me. The first lesson was that no education is useless. It's how you use it once you have it. The second lesson was have the humility to admit that while you are good at certain things, you're not good at everything. And embrace the fact that you do not know everything, because that's what helps you engage other people. Other people like it when you say, you know, I watched you at the board meeting and I love the way that you think, and you're so good with the numbers. Won't you just explain this for me? And if you have the humility to admit that you don't know certain things, people are more willing to help you. That's another lesson I got. As I said, the other lesson is to grasp every opportunity that you have. Every door that opens actually opens you up to new opportunities that you didn't even know you could reach. So grasp it and add value wherever you are.
While it may be difficult times, but somewhere in the difficult times, there's always an opportunity. Yes, there is risk, but there's always an opportunity. And you as a leader, number 16, you must build that motivating and motivated staff. Create that environment conducive for people to dream big, even when there is a nightmare, a morning mare, an afternoon mare, but they still dream big.
Now, I'm not saying entrepreneurship is not good, but please, man, we're tired of doing deals now. This nation needs people who are going to do work. Are you with me?